the way I've been trying to get this somewhat framed. I guess that's what they might call YouTuber problems, I don't know. But Myles.Talks episode 2. I've done it the right way this time, so my channel should not be under threat from being taken down. So with this episode, I think I want to go into what the premise of this channel more is going to be, because I also have another channel which I've also been posting to every day, where that is very much my media side, whether that is music videos. Now I'm making slow down songs, which is incredibly cool because I've listened to them. I've listened to so many different versions for years. So there's been those two sides, and also the gaming side, which has pretty much been the mainstay of that channel. So what this channel is going to be is a collection of what I hope is just moments from every day of my life going forward. I think each of us has a story to tell, and I know for sure that starting a YouTube channel is something that a lot of us think of doing, but we never do. And a YouTube channel, in this case, can be referred to many things where we think of wanting to do it, but we never do it. So I've always been the type of person who never took risks that much, because I just always wanted to be on the safe side, wanting to be above water, let's say. And there is a saying which is you can't have too much of anything. And that is definitely the case when it comes to taking risks. So I'm not going to say that everything going forward, I'm just going to do the absolutely most insane thing, because I would end up in a place where I would not want to be. Going forward, for sure, I'm just in a position where a lot of things now I just kind of say, why not? Why should I not try and do it? Why would I think I could be bad at this? Why would I always think that I'm only ever going to get a bad outcome? So, the premise of this series I've now instinctively called Myles.Talks is to keep a collection of my life. So, it's fun because I've really the concept of where this comes from. I'm sure you guys have all seen videos on various social medias of like time lapses where you can see people growing up like very quickly, and I always found that fascinating. I find really history fascinating in general. There's a lot of things that I find quite interesting, which I hopefully will have to explore in the future. So I'm 2 days in so far. So far, so good. And yeah, it's just about keeping this going, really. In terms of things to talk about, as mentioned in my last Miles Talks, which you can watch, yeah, I am a fan of Formula One. I've been watching it since like 2010, so obviously I'm not an old fan, but 2025 is what, my 15th year of watching sport, which is insane to believe. On the week that this is going up, it will be the Japanese Grand Prix, which has always been my favourite track, just from playing it on the F1 games and also watching the races. I am the type of person who wakes up to watch the races early. There was one instance I believe now, and I am very annoyed that I can't remember this precisely, that it might have been 2012 where I even was going up for the races back then, and in this instance, Japan was one of the was that year. I did not manage to wake up early to watch it. I woke up early on a Sunday and basically realized, great, it's like, like I think I looked at my time at whatever it was, and I just saw it, and I immediately thought, oh no, I've missed like half the race. So I rushed down in my greatest impression of Lightning McQueen to watch the race, and yeah, I missed basically more than halfway. So more than half the race I basically missed. Yeah, fun times in 2012 where God, I was even league racing, but then that was fun. Race online was just absolute carnage. So just yeah, the years of the F1 really absolutely golden years for me in terms of building those childhood memories. It was also the year, thanks to Sky F1, where I was, I watched YouTuber moment. I ended up watching Formula 2 for the first time ever. Formula 2 back then was GP2, so I watched GP2 for the first time in 2012. It was amazing to just have those memories. Yeah, I also mentioned in my last video that I would go into a bit more depth about Watford Plymouth, which, God, yeah, I obviously said last video that it made me want to jump off a roof, and that is very much true. There was one instance where Falcon Bio, God love him, oh, I got rid of the ponytail. It made him look iconic for me. It summed up the entire game for me. He was just running and running and running with the ball. You could tell that the way he was running with the ball, he was about to get tackled. So when it happened, oh, great job, great job. That moment basically summed up the entire game, where we missed a incredible load of chances. So will we get the playoffs? I always hope, but at this point, for us, considering our consistency this season, we need an absolute miracle right now. So we have Bristol City this weekend when this video goes up. You know, we could win that, we could draw that, we could even lose that. But either way, the time for winning and losing stops. Because I also watch the NFL. My team is the Atlanta Falcons, so do not remind me of this past season, please. And the obvious one in 2016, 2015, 2016. But in watching the NFL, I've also watched NFL Red Zone. The presenter, Scott Hansen, who I think is great, he has a saying when the match is going to the fourth quarter, it's like, we have now reached the witching hour, where wins become losses and losses become wins. That is basically April, May in the football year, essentially what this part of the year is. If you even drop points in one of these games, you may as well kiss your end of year hopes goodbye. So, I have a few teams that I don't like. One of them is right behind Watford in the table currently, Norwich. So, as long as, even if we don't get past, my thing has always been, as long as we finish at Norwich, I am a very happy person at the end of the year. I will have to check in post if we actually finished at Norwich last year. I don't think we did. So, yeah, I really hope that we did, so editing Myles can correct me. Yeah, we are now at the business end of the football year. I'll probably do a deep dive into my football history, because if you knew me growing up, then you knew I supported about 15 teams, but now I have definitely settled on one. Yeah, episode 2 in the books. I hope you join me for tomorrow. I hope I have the motivation to do this tomorrow because it is Japan weekend, meaning session starts at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and the race I believe is at either 5 or 6 in the morning. The videos will be done either way, regardless of energy. I shall catch you guys tomorrow.